Okay, as I said earlier, it is Monday, June 24th, 2013, and good, they're both still running. It is 91 degrees right now. Just unlock my iPhone. Well, actually it's 90 now, but it was 91. This is just a video of my air conditioners running. I did not adjust the thermostat. I just came home from my grandmother's, and both of them were running, so I thought I'd film them for old time's sake, just for the hell of it. Again, 90 degrees, and as you can see, it's going to be 90 degrees through Wednesday. And even on Thursday, it's going to be 88 degrees. And I am glad there's not going to be any rain or thunderstorms on Tuesday, tomorrow, because the weekly cruise night at Shady Brook Farm is tomorrow, and that already got rained out last week. This is the first time I've actually seen both of them running without me adjusting the thermostat to make them run. This is the first time I've seen them both running at the same time on their own in quite a while. I mean, occasionally I'll look out the window and see both of them running, but this is the first time I've actually had my camera handy and felt like coming out and filming them. But yeah, it is hot. It is really hot, and there's a storm coming in. Though nothing compares to the summer of 2010 in terms of just pure, brutal heat. And I just felt a raindrop. And the upstairs, or the downstairs unit just turned off. And yeah, it's raining. But I don't give a crap, I got my waterproof camera. Anyway, as I was saying, nothing compares to 2010 so far. I mean, I know there have been hotter summers before that, but as long as I've lived in Bucks County, 2010 has been the most memorable. And I lived in Montgomery County from 1990 to 1996, which doesn't really count since I was born in 1989, and I don't really remember anything earlier than 1992 or 1993. So I lived in Montgomery County from 90 to 96. We moved to Bucks County in 1995. We moved to Bucks County in 2005 and have been here ever since. This is the second house we've lived in since then. We've been in this house since 2007, but been here almost 8 years now. And this, in 2010, so far has been the most brutal summer I've ever experienced. All the sod died and they had to replace it. That video is long gone, but the grass was like straw. I don't know how many people remember that video. One time I was in New Hope hanging out with my friend, and it was 102 degrees. And that was my cell phone. My neighbor's AC is also running. Yeah, it's a little bit of a sun shower. I hope the rain picks up and cools things off. Summer in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. And we got an air conditioner symphony going here. My neighbor doesn't care if I go and look at his air conditioners every now and then. Oh wait, his aren't running. That one's running. That's about a 2.5 tonner. With the exception of the 2 middle units beyond my neighbors, I've filmed every air conditioner in this building. Mine, obviously, pretty sure I filmed my next door neighbors before. I filmed my other neighbors many times, and then my other neighbors at the other end of the building. I did that cooling capacity comparison because they have only one 3.5 ton unit, while I have 2 4-ton units, or not 2 2-ton units for a total of 4 tons. But yeah, absolutely nothing compares to the summer of 2010 in terms of brutal heat. Nothing. I mean, 2011 was pretty bad. 2012 was pretty bad too. I mean, we're only 3 days into the summer of 2013, so I can't say anything about that yet. We've had our this is our second heat wave of the 2013 warm season, but the first heat wave we had was back in late May, early June. And my dad and I went to a car show in Conshohocken that day, and it was hot as hell. I went to another car show that day in Flemington, New Jersey, and it was 95 degrees. So yeah, the first heat wave of 2013 occurred when it wasn't even summer yet. It definitely looks like there's a thunderstorm coming in. Definitely a storm coming in. I better charge this camera so I can film it. Grasshopper. And Pennsylvania, when compared to other states, is relatively mild in terms of heat, but I mean, on average, typically, the earliest I've ever used the air conditioning around here, the earliest I've ever used the air conditioning is March. Like, we'll typically have one day above 80 degrees in March, and that's when I'll test out the AC and make sure everything's working. And there's usually a day or two in April that will start, that will need the AC. And then in May is when it really starts getting warm. And the AC stays on for days on end. And I mean, we've had the AC on since mid-May probably, like, set to automatic. And then latest we've ever used the AC is October. Possibly one time in November, but October's the latest time I can remember. And there you go, that one just turned back on. In Pennsylvania, in this part of Pennsylvania, we don't use the AC as much as people in other states, like California, Oklahoma, Texas, Florida, the Carolinas. So, it's actually quite funny. I did a weather report. One of my fellow HVAC enthusiasts from North Carolina, I typed his town in North Carolina into weather.com, and it's actually a little bit cooler in North Carolina, his part of North Carolina, than it is here, by about 4 degrees. So it's 86 degrees in that part of North Carolina, which I thought was kind of weird since they're obviously farther south. And yeah, we don't use our AC as much as people in other states, but when it is warm out, trust me, you're glad you have central air. There are only a few parts of this country, and at least in my opinion, where you just don't need central air. like, or even in Alaska and parts of California. Actually, I take that back. I think just about every building should have central air, unless you're like in the Arctic or something, because there are at least a couple days out of the year when you need it. Like, parts of Northern California, you think you don't need central air. A lot of houses there don't have central air, but there's a couple days out of the year where it gets kind of warm, and it's a good luxury to have. And there's parts of Pennsylvania where it doesn't get that warm, but it's nice to have central air. There's parts of Alaska where it gets pretty warm in the summer, and again, it's nice to have central air. But yeah, just a long rambling video of my air conditioners running on a 90+ degree day in Bucks County in the southeastern part of Pennsylvania. Watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Out. As soon as I turned off the camera, it started thundering. And this battery's just about dead. I'm amazed it's still going. I am going to charge it up and have it ready for when it really starts lightning and stuff. And we got an air conditioning symphony going on here, a central air symphony. My unit's right there. And my neighbor's right there. I'm not sure if both their units are running. Yes, they are. No, they aren't. Yes, yes, they are. Both of them are running. Central Air Symphony. Those definitely look like storm clouds. So yeah, I will definitely be back. I'm expecting a pretty sizable thunderstorm to hit. And now, if you don't mind, I am going to enjoy the comforts of my central air. So I will be back. Out.